everyone, Ben here with Vance Outdoors, and today we're at one of our local lakes here in Ohio, and we're talking about the Old Town AutoPilot 120, this beautiful boat sitting right in front of me. This is our demo boat for the store, and as you can see, I've got it rigged up to film fishing content. And we carry Old Town's full line, but this is one of the higher end models, and if you're interested in getting one of these, I'm just going to cover the features and what comes with the boat. So starting off up front here, you've got a very nice large carry handle that's going to help you drag the boat around. If you have a cart, this thing will accept a cart, and that's a nice feature to have when you're launching and pulling the boat back up. You have a hull access port here, and that opens up. There isn't a bucket in there, but you've got a fair amount of space for storage up front here. Moving back, you have two 18-inch accessory rails on the front, and then you have two 18-inch accessory rails on the back. And these will allow you to mount, as you can see, a GoPro or lights or whatever kind of accessory, maybe like a fish finder or something like that. You can mount those in these tracks. Just up from the track, we have through-hole wiring ports. There's one on each side. A cool thing about this AutoPilot 120, it has foot brace steering. Now what that means, you can adjust these feet pegs here, and it's a cable driven system. So there are two cables that run to the back to the rudder, and once you drop the rudder down with this handle right here, you can use your feet to steer, and that comes in handy with the motor. You can keep the motor straight and just use your feet to steer it right and left, which is pretty cool. Now, moving back a little bit further, we have this little spot here. It's for your kill switch, and this is your kill switch. It comes with the kayak. This is important. You clip this in right here, and then you attach that to yourself, so if you were to fall out of the boat, it kills the motor. And believe me, these things will get away from you in a hurry if you don't have that kill switch hooked up. Now, the deck space up here, it doesn't look very big when you're standing next to it, but when you're sitting here, you have a ton of deck space. And this thing is sturdy enough, you can actually stand up on it and fish. And that comes from the U-Hull design on the AutoPilot 120. It keeps it super sturdy. You really have to try hard to tip one of these over. You would have to stand on the edge and basically pull it over to flip it. So odds are you're not gonna roll this kayak over, you're gonna fall out of it before the kayak flips. So they're very sturdy platform. Moving back a little bit, you have some rod holders. You have one on each side. When you land a fish, you can put your rod in there and not have to worry about it getting broken or whatever. So that's nice. On both sides, you have a cup holder. A big size Gatorade bottle will fit in there easily. And obviously anything smaller than that will fit as well. Just on the outside of the cup holders, you have another set of carry handles if you're helping someone carry it, or they can be used to launch the boat as well. We've got a dry storage spot here, and it has some bungee sections on top, but you can store any kind of paperwork, your cell phone, anything you don't want to get wet, wallet, whatever. It has a seal in there and it stays super dry. We have the element seat that comes with the Old Town. Now this is adjustable. It's in the high position right now, and you can adjust it so that it goes to the lower position if you're in rough water, or if you just want to sit a little bit lower in the kayak. This doesn't slide back and forth like some of the other models, but it'll be high or low position, and it's plenty high enough and plenty low enough. It's a perfect little seat. Now just under the seat, you have the battery box. Now this is important with the AutoPilot because it obviously has a trolling motor. You want to make sure your battery stays dry, and you want to make sure it stays sturdy. And this thing has a double strap system that keeps it locked in. It's not going anywhere. Just behind that, there is the cable coming out of the battery box, and it plugs into the hull of the boat, and that wiring runs up to the other plug here in the front. So moving back a little bit more, you have a couple more rod storage places here. As you can see, I have my fishing net stowed there, and they have one on both sides. In the back here, you have a giant cargo area. As you can see, I have a Yak Attack black pack here, and all my fishing rods are in. I still have room for the rudder to drop and all that. And you can still put a cooler in between the back of the seat and the black pack, which makes it nice. And you also still have more room behind the backpack. You could put a dry bag or whatever you want in there. And really, I mean, the sky's the limit with the storage on this boat. If you just want to go camping or something, take all the fishing stuff out and you can strap all your camping gear back here. It has a bungee retention system, tons of storage space in the back. And what you've all been wondering, yes, the trolling motor does come with it. That's how this kayak got its name, the AutoPilot 120. It comes with a Minn Kota 45-pound thrust trolling motor. You also get the iPilot remote that comes with it. Now that we've covered the features, I want to talk about some of the accessories that you should probably pick up. When you buy this kayak, it doesn't come with a battery, but we have lead acid and lithium available for you to choose from, so you can pick one of those up. I would also recommend that you pick up a paddle, just in case the battery dies or just in case the motor, something happens to it, or you're in shallow water, you're gonna need one of these paddles to get around. Now, since this boat has a motor, you're also gonna need running lights. You need a green and red up front, as you can see we have here, and you're gonna need a white light in the back. And lastly, you're gonna wanna make sure you pick up a PFD. These are important. All of these accessories are available in store. Make sure you stop by our Hebron location to check out this AutoPilot 120. We have the full line of Old Town available there as well.